This is the Work Search Center here in, of course, WorkSource. And WorkSource has a series of increments going on for the job orientation here at WorkSource, here in Lake Washington. Of course, the services they got is posted on the door entranceway at the lunch chow hall here in Lake Washington. Of course, they got these services available, orientation services. These orientation services they have here, Mr. David Nov, Fruzy Res, and the services they have, of course, you're going to have a Vista utility bill, a Grant POD bill, a Tri-City Herald, maybe a Tri-City newspaper article stating that you have a residence here. You have a Tri-City Herald paper that delivers to you 7 days a week, and you do pay for the billing for the yearly subscription for Tri-City Herald. And you are of course, a Othello resident, a Lake resident, or a Freda resident, business owner, UBI number, the inquiry of manifest of records of your transaction report, to make sure you don't buy alcohol, to make sure that you don't buy drugs or solicitate MIPs, MICs, MIPs, minors in consumption, minors in possession, and you don't have no outstanding warrants for your arrest, no out-of-state warrants for your arrest, any misdemeanors, Superior and Supreme Court appeals process for your jury duty. Immediately reflects that means on your docket, on your manifest record, on your abstract record, means you have a tracking system connected to the Department of Licensing, and also goes in front of the judges, as you can see, Carol J. BENZEL, and the Superior Court docket, and also the appeal docket in the federal courtroom, has a track record of your discrepancies. The post office services that they have here in Lake Washington, and also the post office service they got in Othello, Washington. Post services they have here in Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco, Washington, and also the West Richland, and also the Benton City and Prosser residency. For your ballot forms are, that's Secretary Kim Wayman. Last voting presidential campaign is the 10th. Today is the 12th. And the services they have for the increments, we got a Windows update, which is Microsoft program here at WorkSource. Windows Update is a 365 business and officer's office business, and there's a series we do. These are the cultivated series we got. We got a 2020. We got a Microsoft 365, and it's a 2020. It's what it is a Windows 365. It's a 2020. It's a ultimate update for Windows 10 version. It's a x64 base system, KB44. Anyways, this is installing. It's downloading. It's installing. This is WorkSource services. And WorkSource has a service here at WorkSource. And we're downloading as we speak. Where you downloaded it, now it's installing. See, these services they have, like Lamb Weston, Scone Connor, Watch Potato, Chase Bank, Oompa Bank, Bank America, Chase Bank, Bank America, US Bank, Key Bank. Walk into the Secretary of State office, Kim Wayman. She's a Washington State, Spokane, from Fairchilds Airport, and then getting into the vehicle, Department of Transportation, which is right here at WorkSource. Takes you straight to Boeing, here in Moses Lake, Washington. It takes you straight to Ephrata Courthouse. It takes you straight to the police station right across the street. And we're downloading, installing these series. See, this if you don't install your Apple, and if you don't install your 365 Business Apple, which is the installing is a 19% or 20% now. These services from U.S. Bank, Chase Bank, Open Bank, Bank of America, Key Bank, Bank of America, and the Social Security Office is very updated on your systems. Your cash discrepancy, your currency discrepancy, your charges of serving the discrepancies of downloading your Microsoft program. As you can see, it's got so much information, it's still installing. See, so all that inquiry, balance, and your tax forms, which is your tax forms that are done here at the post office, of course. The post office has tax forms. You got, of course, the easy form system. You can do it, make an appointment and set up arrangement, like the Base and Retire Home, the Avalon Retirement Center in Othello, Washington, or the Coventry House in Othello, Washington, or the Base and Retirement Home, or the Retirement Center that's right behind WorkSource. You can arrange an appointment and get your taxes done for free. See, this Microsoft program downloads and submits everything that's in purchase and transactions, goes through all the transaction currents. Even if you're buying alcohol or buying any kind of cigarettes or tobacco, it shows up. And the Department of Licensing has a discrepancy on the flawless record. No wrecks, no accidents, no possessions, no drug possessions. Of course, this has a FBI and SID number on discrepancies on everything that's downloaded. And that's Andy Miller at CO Benton, Washington, U.S. 509-735-3559. Fax 509-736-3066. Anyways, we're at 44% status installing. And we do this Windows update for, of course, the prosecutor of Washington State, the prosecutor of Ephrata, Washington, which is Dano Garth. He's the prosecutor of the Ephrata Courthouse. And Jennifer, she's the prosecutor's secretary for the courthouses, Superior District, Superior Court, and Appeals Office. Municipal Court, and we're going to have this installed. This is, of course, WorkSource Center. Department of Transportation is GTA, Grant County 5th and Division. Ben Franklin is the Kendall, Richland, Pasco bus services. Their bus passes are distributed and also downloaded, and cash, currency, check, credit card, and cash is accepted at the GTA. The Moses Lake Police Department accepts cash only, no checks, because everybody in the staff at the dispatch 911, the sheriff dispatch, State Patrol office, they got screwed over. They only accept cash. No more checks. Only person who writes checks out. And they do not, you're wasting your time because they do not accept checks. They accept currency and credit cards. Credit cards and currency. So you use a credit card and use you use a checkbook, you use cash, and that is it. See, you have every right to run a business like the Moses Lake Police Department, or the State Patrol Office in Ridgeville, Seattle, Kennewick, Washington. Of course, State Patrol Office in Kennewick, Washington. Olympia Office, of course, Bremerton, Union Gap, Yakima Reservation. The State Patrol Office also in Bremerton, and also the Olympia Office, and that's Cam Lehman, Secretary of State. We only accept cash, and if you're working for the Lamb Weston plant, or La Wash Potatoes, Scone and Connor, or Major Orchards, where they hire orchard workers and orchards in the summers for apples, oranges, asparagus, potatoes, Spudnik Lockwoods, harvesters, JD 10s, 310s, Spudnik Lockwoods, and the little pups and the boom equipment. Equipment operators, you know, John Deere tanks that move and shift seeding and overturn soil, and also the Kubota, the John Deere D6, D9, the track hoe with buckets. They're like a tank with John Deere equipment. You got Kubota, and you also got Case. And you also got the JD310 John Deere, that's a bucket, and scorpion tail. Now you got the tractors, the 9560, the RT tanks. Maximum speed is 35 miles an hour. The Rex, and also the big tanks, the bigger tanks that pulls the Spudniks, Lockwoods, and harvesters, and also Spudniks. The service pay for the fees for insurance for driving the vehicle without a driver's license, or suspended driver's license, or your first time driving a vehicle and your first time having an open container as a minor, and possession of alcohol. See, officers like attacking people with large amounts of money, especially on the sidewalk, and this is a sidewalk at WorkSource. We have a crosswalk, and got a sidewalk that goes straight to the police department, which I walk all the way to the police department, into the coroner's office, to Annie Miller's office, the prosecutor's office, and Afreda, Jennifer, and Dado. Because this officer, I handed the key to this City Hall and the officer to return the key back to the city. And this is the WorkSource Center, Central Basin Career Development Center. And this development center has a skills source emblem, Employment Security Department, Big Ben, American Job Network Partner, and DSHS Vocational Service WorkSource Center. I got blood and services faxed to Anna Miller's office. And we're going to go to we're going to go to the service of the DHCHS office and have these service on YouTube and Facebook, because we got the Scrimpsies. We can walk across. There's no law of walking across the street, especially when there's no traffic in the way. And then there is no law against going to a business office, paying the bills off, electricity, water, at City Hall. But there's no discrepancies catching a bus, which is the WorkSource Center, providing services for the WorkSource Center. And as, of course, its route services location is 10, 12, 30, 10, 12, on 30 on weekend. This goes straight to the police station. Bus route comes to the police station, number 10. The number 12 comes to the police station. Number 30 goes to the police station. On weekends, it's 10 and 12 and 30 comes to the police station. At 411 the Moses Lake City Department. Moses Lake City Hall at the number 10, number 12, number 30, and 10, 12, and 30 on weekend. The 10 and 12 and 30. See, Lamb Weston's going to kind of watch potato. These services come right here. See, the monthly passes is $25. Student, $20. VIP. Student, adult, $1. Wenatchee, $3. Children, $600 free. MTC, Big Ben, Winco, North Stratford Mini Mart, City Hall, Atkins Harvest Foods. It's all right here. So we're going to call the administration office, the Mueller administration. This is Jay Mueller, Amy Mueller, where they take me to the bus and I walk straight to Annie Miller's coroner's office, and also the 620 Mid-Columbia Library at 101 in Othello, and Kennewick on Union Street, 1620, 16. And they come to these doorways 7 days a week. These doors open 5 days a week. The bank opens 6 days a week. And they come right through. You get the information desk, resource, computer lab, and business services. You get the winery meeting, SBDC. The Learning Center office is 120, classrooms 122, BBC, computer labs 124, 125. Dad Ferruzzi and Nav is David Nav and also the Ferruzzi. They supposedly took the supplemental services, uptaking the services. They're expanding his mind, sitting down with the individuals, watching this officer attacking me on Othello, Washington, and Olson properties, and also the services.
The number or code you have dialed. You have reached the Benton County Prosecutor's Office. Please stay on the line and an operator will answer your call shortly.
Prosecutor's Office, how may I direct your call?
Yes, Taylor. Is this Taylor? Or I need a checkup on the submitted information on the fax, and I make sure you guys received it. I send two different submits at two different times. Making sure you guys receive those pages in full. I'm at the work source here in Moses Lake and doing it wirelessly. And can I double check on
We
those?
have them both.
Okay, and both of them are received? Thank you. As you see, it comes at the worksource center in the facility that's downloading and submitting. The download system, the Microsoft 365 Business UBI number, effectively submitting the information. And then in person, gives you the information incentive on your download system, which is intervals at a time, without your discrepancy for your swipe, fingerprint, or your face recognition. These tools are useless to any convicted or anybody is possession of your property, like your social security check, your vehicle that's been stolen or took your identity in any way and form, betraying to be the individual as you carrying your system. It has to be updated. Apple is always need to be updated, or your system will be shut off and put in a disclosure box. And it's not thrown away information, it's kept information. Any information that is created is never thrown away. That's called the FBI and CIA. And also the poor fool police officers that come in here and get shot, and they fly them to Spokane to either put them in a Hennessy funeral home parlor, or you had individuals coming in here having sex with their native fathers and children and getting caught because they deliver a product. It gives you a first notice that you're not the first and last, and you're not the father, and you're not the son. The blood test is very accurate. The hair follicles are very accurate, and also the common sense of the commonwealth of the mother and father, original father and mother, father, for partaking in the Microsoft program. It needs to be updated and installed for the Windows 365 Business UBI number. See, Allah King is a Saudi Arabian king. The children, the true father and son, the children will never ever change. And then Mr. David Ferruzzi, and also Nav. He's a popular individual that keeps his word intake. David and Ferruzzi, David, Nav, and Ferruzzi are updated individuals here at WorkSource. They're the most sophisticated individuals that kept WorkSource running during a power outage, and also an occurrence of discrepancies, hiring and business owners, and soliciting individuals and training in them to be individuals themselves. See, the blood and the blood is accurate. There's no blood. There's no drugs in your system. There's no alcohol in contact. It takes you farther and up in the professional area. And doing your blood promotes business, of course. For all these medical facilities and hospitals that are expanding. Richland, Kennewick, Pasco, and of course, Moses Lake, Washington. And the services, the fees, is to expense will be charged especially when you have life care insurance, Apple Care service. You have your own personal insurance covers, Cobra, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, which is the union. And all the union workers like Slaughter Floor, Iowa Beef, Boise Cascade, of course the casinos. And the casinos, working in the casinos and working for service casinos, you have a discrepancy. You got a cage where they count all the cash out. All these honest people, all these hard-working people, Lamb Weston, Scone and Connor, John Deere, Green Implement, the mechanics, the engineers, the servicemen, they're like 50 bucks, $100 an hour, $200 an hour. These are Les Schwab tires, and they pay that amount, around that amount, 50, $100 an hour. But there's services that they have, and that's, of course, the John Deere RD Evergreen Implement, and the JG 310, and also Sunset Acres, Sunny Farms, the 956 RTs, Sputniks, Lockwoods, the potatoes, hash browns. It's a raw product, goes to washed potatoes, Scone and Connor, and also the McCain's. And then it goes to lineage. Now it was called Columbia Cold Store. Now it's called lineage. Now Human Resources in Benton County, Human Resources in Quincy, Freda Courthouse, they have these discrepancies of running these systems. And you got to make sure your deposit inquiry for your cash currency is called for at the Social Security office in Kennewick. Kennewick is the main hub and the headquarters, like Seattle. State Patrol units, police officers, they are getting ripped off. They accept cash, credit card. The Chief of Police, Kevin Pure, he represents Moses Lake Police Department, and also there's only 3 individuals that work that area, going out the region, in the region, into state to state, into Washington, and do their job, as in fully enforced in the out in city limits, into California, Wyoming, any state, and also Canada, Mexico, and of course, any Washington ordinance in the ocean connected to the, of course, the election campaign, to the militaries to oversee the campaign. See, this services. And she's a very nice dispatcher, State Patrol, and also the 911 dispatcher. Very good people. For that reason, the cash currency involvement for your U.S. citizenship, because of your primary presidential election, there's no escaping the truth. The UBI number and also your business UBI number that's renewed every year. Secretary Kim Wayman has all the increments and the barcodes on all these dollar amounts, and the transaction, the swipe of credit cards, got images on everything. Every little thing. Lamb Weston, Washington, Scone and Connor, Warden, Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, California, Santa Maria, Los Osos. Any discretionary, even if you're an individual going to court and you're paying, you have fees, fines because you bought a lawyer. Mr. Felice, J. Felice, attorney at law in Othello, Washington. He has to be in Kennewick, he has to be in Richland, or he has to be in Kennewick, Pasco, Freda, Benton County Justice Department, in front of Annie Miller. Annie Miller, Pasco, Richland, Pasco. Mr. Gano Garth, Jennifer, prosecutor's office. She got to be, give her a business card, give Annie Miller's business card, have her submit an inquiry and implements. And the cash inquiries and deposit inquiries, Social Security office watches every little thing, every little detail. Now, discrepancies on your insurance, your driving plans, your resume, your online email service. If you lose that service, your coverage service in any way, there's no way losing it. Even you change your password, you lost your password, somebody took your identity, taking your phone, taking your property, or damaging it. You call that insurance, and do a claim on your phone for, of course, like, for example, if somebody takes your identity, take everything off your chest, IUD, falsely puts you in jail, say you're crossing the street, and some officer just goes off, rolls away, you know what, man, we don't want you in we don't want you around here, man. You know what? Why don't you get out of here, man? I can do anything in my power, in my uniform, and have you put in prison or jail. Oh, really, sir? I've never been in jail. I've never been in prison in my life. I'm going to sit right here on the sidewalk, call Andy Miller, prosecutor of Washington State, because I go in his office 5 days, 7 days a week. And that's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Now, Mr. McCain, Senator McCain, that's a phone record. I talked to Mr. Senator McCain on the phone, gave him some money on transaction account. I'm just walking right across the street, sir. Didn't do nothing wrong. You can take me, you didn't read my rights to me, you assaulted me, I'm bruised up in many ways, have no weapons on me, and I'm calling the Andy Miller's office and City Hall in Othello and call it to Yvonne and Bonnie. I'll have demonstration rights, and I have every right to make a phone call. No, before you make that phone call, I need to get information off your phone. No. I have no restraining order, I'm no child rapist, not murder, definitely no criminal. But you know what? I'm going to retain a lawyer right here on the spot. There's no law looking around for a lawyer. That's your freedom, right, speech, and your public defense. And an individual for the CPS office, I'll go to CPS office and do a disclosure right now and have a supplemental fee. And this individual just keeps on bothering me in many ways and shapes and forms. I go into the office or different office locations, and this office locations, I'm discussing Washington Bar Association, says here on the diplomat, random rights and also having the same individual tase you and also in public. And stealing from you and your chest and your identity. I go to Department of Licensing and also the U.S. Bank, Chase Bank, and go close out the accountants and have everything set up. $78, $73 for a restraining order. That mileage and calculable miles and services. And I'll call my mother and father and Sean Logan, Jim Logan, Don Logan. Call Fabian Barela. Call Verizon Center. I got a phone that's on the UBI number, that's at that business office. I got a camera system, and we have all this information. Eric Olson got this information on logging information on everything. Department of License has a logging information on everything. We got the judge, Carol J. BENZEL, has a logging information on everything. See, I can be there in court because that's my court, that's my appearance, and you can make things up. You need to go to court because when you're not in the court, you can't defend yourself. People like making things up. I'm literally in Mr. Kevin Furr's office, Mosley Police Department, Kennewick Police Department, Richland Police Department, Pasco Police Department, across the street at the hospital. Zero balance, owing. Itemized billing, zero. Insurance policy, itemized bills, and residency and purchase of UBI number and seal numbers, identities, and so that's illegal, isn't it? What do you think? I think they should just drop charges. We're going to have everybody show up